everyone. Welcome to another episode of Shiz and Giggles, our weekly wind down podcast where we talk about everything and anything. My name is Josann, and I will be your host today, but I am never alone. My first co host is a step show champion rocking that royal blue and pure white. Coming in as the youngest associate producer in AAP history, graduate of VCU, and knows every single word to Hamilton, it's Joyful Jasmine.
Hey y'all.
Hey. Hi, Jasmine. Hi.
Hi. How are you doing, Josann?
I am doing well. I'm glad to have you. I'm glad to have you. Good. All right. My second co-host is savvy, sassy, and super chic. She is a world traveler, speaks 3 languages, passionate about fashion, and y'all gonna see that today. It's SBK Sarah.
Hi everyone, how you doing? Happy Friday! Happy Friday! I haven't done that in so long. I think it's very energetic.
Happy to have you both here. All right, to kick things off this week, let's talk about a trending topic, okay? And this week, it's are you getting enough sleep? Ladies, are you getting enough sleep?
No. I said that.
You said it with your whole heart.
Okay.
No. All right. It's said that people need an average of 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night to be fully rested. 7 to 9 hours
Not a
of
week?
sleep
Oh.
a night to be fully rested and perform their daily activities, right? Due to the pandemic, there has been added stress affecting the sleep we are getting every night. As not getting enough sleep is considered a health risk itself. This has caused people to try anything from common apps to sleeping pills. I myself like that little water app thing. I love that one. According to the American Sleep Association, up to 70 million U.S. adults have some type of sleep disorder, with insomnia being the most common. Isn't that alarming?
That is. But I don't know if it's like, I feel like, yeah, I can see that.
Okay. I can see that too, definitely, because I'm probably in that number, y'all.
Okay.
All right. About 60% of people said they were not satisfied with their sleep, and 40% said their sleep quality has gotten worse than it was before this pandemic. And I can understand why, because you know what? With this staying home and all that stuff, for me, my days are getting mixed up and all that stuff. Like, so yeah, during the pandemic, there has been an increase of about 20% in the use of sleeping pills. There are more refill requests and higher doses prescribed. There is also more and more research going into sleep tracking apps and common sleep sounds or stories to promote rest. Okay, I'm in that. So I'd like to ask you to ask my co-hosts and people watching. Okay, I have a few questions. Question number 1. Okay, question number 1. Do you think you've been getting enough sleep?
No.
We've already established.
I retweet. Okay, I retweet that answer. I would say,
and I retweet that retweet.
Well, I will say that I feel like the way my schedule's set up, I do at times I feel like I don't get enough sleep because it's like you, Josann, I feel like I'm always working. Like when the workday ends, I'm at my health. So it's like, oh, I can continue to work a little bit more, and that little bit more turns into like 8, 9, 10 o'clock.
I can.
There's no boundaries anymore.
Exactly. Right. So, and I know that's a previous conversation we had, like internally with our team, of like boundaries for yourself with working at home. So I feel like that plays a factor in it. But I also feel like, this is me sometimes, since I'm at home, I'm like, oh, I don't have to get up as early to, allocate that time to drive to work. So sometimes I feel like I can like sleep in a little bit.
Correct.
But in my mindset, I'm like, ooh, I can, but
yeah. So that's a great discussion. So I have another question. Question number 2, right? Question number 2. For everyone watching, Any sleep secrets to share that work for you? Drop it in the chat right now, y'all. Any sleep, just drop it in the chat. Let's hear if you have any. Do you ladies have any suggestion?
Eucalyptus.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Eucalyptus, does it really work?
Like oil?
Like oil?
Oh, so like you get the eucalyptus leaves and you like
in the
boil
shower?
it.
Oh.
Huh?
I was about to say put in your. I've seen a lot of like COVID hacks, like the TikToks.
Oh yeah, the
that the
TikTok
kids
hack,
are doing these days.
that helps too. Just eucalyptus in general is just so soothing. You like, I swear, especially like for a lot of us getting sick too because we're not sleeping a lot, and that you like boil it and then you inhale it. So if you don't need to get those little thingies, and it just calms you. You can also do the oil. If you do a drop of oil in water, just anything that boils, I just feel like helps. Also, this is my mom. She's African, y'all, so she does everything like old fashioned. You shower in it. Like I would, like if I'm stressed, I would shower in it, and I just.
People put the plant on the shower head, and
so you like boil a lot of, like you boil it, and if the leaf is pretty, it lasts you a long time. You boil it, and then you put it in a bucket or whatever, and then you shower with it, and it helps. I swear, you'll have the best of your life.
Well,
I have to put it on my list.
Sarah, you just discussed the third question that we had. Have you tried anything to boost that sleep during the pandemic? So there you go. You just told us. You sound like my grandmother.
Okay.
You won't hear anywhere else. Only here.
Okay. I will say I've only tried two things. Well, I've tried one thing, and the second thing I'm like, ooh, this actually helps. So the first thing, I've tried melatonin, of course. That's like something that everyone's done since this day of time, start of time. That doesn't work for me. I guess I don't have a strong enough dosage or whatever, but melatonin is not a cup of tea for me. I'm just also not big into medication, so.
Right.
But I know a couple of weeks ago I got sick and I started taking NyQuil. That liquid NyQuil, it puts you out. Okay, so you go to the drugstore, get some NyQuil.
Oh my God!
You're not advertising the use.
Y'all, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
But if you're sick,
sure, NyQuil helps. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, that was a good discussion on sleep. Right. And now it's time for our other part of our segment. Now it's time for segments, everyone. Let's go to Cinema Magic with Jasmine.
Hey, y'all. Hey. Okay. So, when you see me, I'm your favorite gal here to bring you all the movies that you should be watching this weekend. Now it's a snow weekend. Some people it's a 4-day weekend, so you have enough time for all the movie watching. This weekend I have one movie for you, and it's called Black Box. Okay, Black Box. When I first saw it, it reminded me of Bird Box because I got think the word. Bird Box. Not at all. So if you want to watch it, you can find it on Amazon Prime Video. If you don't have Amazon Prime Video, go to your neighbor's house and ask them for the login. But I will say, just to give a brief synopsis, I don't want to spill all the tea in case you want to go watch it. But it deals with this man who was in a car accident and he lost his wife as well in that car accident. He did lose his, I will say, quote unquote, memory. Quote unquote memory. You have to watch the movie why I put quote unquote quotes around it. But he loses his memory. And he goes to visit a doctor to help him recover or to get his memory back, his conscience back. So I won't spill all the tea, but I will say I definitely had a lot of wow moments in it. A lot of ah moments in it. But I will say there were also moments of like, I feel like the storyline, it kind of got lost a little bit in the beginning. I feel like there were some parts where you had to infer, you had to guess like what they were talking about, or I feel like there's missing pieces in it in the beginning, and at the end I was like, oh, this is what they meant by, but it wasn't a good like, oh, now I understand. It was like so it's a movie that I would definitely recommend seeing if you love suspense. It's a suspenseful thriller movie. I definitely think it's good. If I had to rate it, because you know I'm good with big with the ratings. If I had to rate it, I would definitely rate it a 3 out of 5 stars. So not terrible. I would say it's an okay movie. I say you could line it up in your movie watching for this week. Like put it in the middle, maybe not one of the first movies you watch. But Josann and Sarah, have you heard?
Yes, I have. I've watched it. I've seen it.
What do you think of it?
Well, I'm with you. It was a bit confusing at first. I really had to decipher like what in the world is going on here. And then maybe midway, 3/4 way through, I was like, I had my aha moment.
Yes.
I had my aha moment. I know what's going on here. I know. I was like, oh, okay. Okay. All right. I see what they're trying to do.
Okay. Okay. No, I agree. And you know, sometimes when you're watching a movie, you have those aha moments, but they're good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm kind of like the other one. So y'all can, I'm verified.
Yes, verified. Check.
Thank
certified, you. Double check. 3 stars, double E. Okay.
3 stars. I will say though, since we're in Black History Month, the cast is a lot of African American women and men. Yeah. So I would say this is a nice movie, you know, to watch and celebrate, of course.
Oh yeah. What's her name? Rashida or what's her name that starred in that Bill Cosby?
Mrs.
That's the mom in Bill Cosby.
Alicia Rashad, is that her name?
Yes, she is one of the actors in there. Yes.
So definitely something to watch. I wouldn't say, you know, top on the list, but it's, you know, it's a nice little movie to kick off the snow day weekend. So
yes, thank you, Jasmine.
You're
welcome,
welcome.
Jasmine. Moving on now to our next segment. Let's go to Sarah for what's the 411.
Oh, hey y'all. So I got some 401 for you today. I was driving. Why are you laughing?
Girl, I love it. I love it. Yes.
Yes.
Are you listening? All right. So,
okay.
I was driving this weekend, or this week, right? Mm-hmm. And I heard on the radio about this 63-year-old woman who was catfished. Okay, we know the show Catfish.
Yes.
However, she was catfished and she believed that she was in love with Bruno Mars. So she thought she was dating Bruno Mars, guys.
Okay.
But here's the catch. Here's the real tea. The person who was catfishing her, she ended up saying him $100,000. So the first time she asked him, or he asked her for $10K, she sent it. And then the next day he was like $90K. And then
wow. What? Oh, sweetie. Oh, no.
Okay.
So, on the topic of losing sleep, okay, make sure, guys, you guys are not getting catfished on the internet. Also,
money.
If she has, you know, grandchildren or children, I blame them for not even getting her hip to the kind of generation that we live in, the society that we live in, because...
Yeah, no.
So, what are your thoughts, like this whole catfishing business, and you know, with the older generation as well? Like, how can we help them not go broke?
You know, I love the show Catfish. I really got back into it, and there was a previous episode where a young gentleman was actually being catfished by an older woman. Mind you, the gentleman thought he was dating the older woman's daughter. So the mother was catfishing.
I remember that episode.
Her daughter's photos and stuff.
Oh no!
So I'm big into not catfishing people, of course, but it's the show.
Disclaimer.
Jasmine is not. What are you trying to say, Jasmine?
I don't condone it. I do love the show, but I will say, I feel like with a lot of things are virtual now. A lot of people I feel like it's an excuse so that you can get things out of people, whether that's money or what have you. I feel like that is increasing more than ever. because we are so virtual now.
Yeah.
There's
We're going
out there.
exactly. So I know we're going into Valentine's Day. Don't
We
do crazy things for love. Don't do crazy
Mars.
things for
Doesn't he
love.
have a song like 24 Karat K? He doesn't need
Yes,
money. I promise you, he does not need the money. Be careful. I know we're all trying to find some love, some watermelon sugar, whatever you want to call it. But guys, don't make me call you up and let you know that you're being catfished. Okay, that's all.
Look, let me tell you what. Let me tell you what. And people need to realize that there are feelings involved here,
Yes.
Even though you may think that it's funny, it's a game, whatever you get out of it, but it's not funny because there are people whose feelings are involved. So we need to be mindful that it's not only there are other people who you're hurting in the end. But thank you, Sarah, for that. For that 411. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I will call you. Last but not least, we'll be wrapping up today's episode with my segment, This Time in History. Well, hello there. So, we have a little fun things going on here. The first thing that I want to mention is that did y'all know that Ken and Barbie actually broke up? There was a time that Ken and Barbie actually broke up. Did you all know that?
Wait,
I
what?
did not know that.
Ken and Barbie actually broke up. Back in 2004, they announced that Ken and Barbie were breaking up after 40 years of dating. Okay, 40 years of dating. First of all, I feel like this is a catfish thing. 40 years of dating.
I was just going to say that.
I don't know. But after 40 years of dating, they started back in 1961. Okay?
Wow.
And they were dating for 40 years before they broke up in 2004. Barbie had a little boyfriend after they broke up, and a little Australian guy. Did you even know that too? She sure did. Had an Australian guy. Yes.
I have so many questions, and my main question is, what is this doing to like the kid? Because Barbie is a national thing. Like people love Barbie. Kids love Barbie.
Girl, it's international.
So you have people that look up to Barbie. They're watching everything she does or what have you.
Yes.
And they hear that she broke up with her boyfriend and that she found
40 years.
I know.
Don't forget 40 years.
For 40 years committed relationship. I'm like, is this teaching people something that maybe I don't know. I'm thinking into it too deep.
Probably so, because I didn't know as a kid growing up that they had even broken up. Okay, I didn't even know that was a thing. Maybe they didn't publicize it enough.
Okay, it wasn't
never, but I had no idea. However, though, there's a other part to it. On Valentine's Day 2011, they got back together. So they got back together in 2011 on Valentine's Day. And it's that's all it is. All we need is love. Look, all we need is love.
I'm dying, but it's okay.
All we need is love. That's all I gotta say. All we need is love. Love make you do some crazy things, and that's all we need is love. Okay? That's all I gotta say. Oh gosh, yes. But on another serious note, another good thing happened on this day in history, and the Obamas. I'm gonna start calling February the Obama month, okay? Because last week we talked about how Barack Obama, former President Barack Obama, got he was the first African American president of I can't remember the name of the association that he was in, but and then this time in history, him and Michelle, their portrait, that very, very nice portrait that they have of them, was unveiled in the Smithsonian. And
Wow.
those portraits were by Mr. Wiley, he is known for his highly naturalistic paintings of African Americans. Frequently referenced the work of old master paintings, and he was the one who did President Obama's. And Michelle's, she was done by Miss Amy Sherrill, and her style is very simplified with realism involving stage photographs. So I thought that that was a pretty neat thing, you know, with all that. So that is what we have today. Jasmine and Sarah, is there anything else that you want to talk about before we wrap up?
Okay, I have one thing, but this may be on the next Jizz and Gigs, so stay tuned to next week.
Okay.
I want to talk about the Weeknd's performance at the Super Bowl.
Oh my gosh.
Leading up to his performance. He had a whole theatrical plan thing. So stay tuned because I want to discuss it.
Girl, I love the Super Bowl performance, and that is one thing that I absolutely love. I mean, not only the Weeknd performance, but I also like the sign language, the interpreter. Oh my gosh, he sold the show too. He totally sold the show too. I mean, his theatrics and the way that he was interpreting everything that was being said and done. And like you said, the Weeknd, I was just like, I was hyped, y'all. I was
he had to lead up to the Super Bowl. Like he played I won't spill it all because we have to talk about another episode. Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Very intricate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I really enjoyed that. So, okay. And so is there anything, what did we learn today about or what did we learn today?
We need more sleep. I know I've been really bad with my sleep this week. Especially this week, I've been horrible with it. I feel like 1, I need to get more sleep. 2, talking to myself, but also people out there because I know y'all are with me. If not, then I feel alone. But we definitely have to, manage our space and know our boundaries. I know, I said it all the time with me knowing my boundaries and setting my space, but I feel like I have to be dedicated to that. So that reassures in me that I have to be better with that as well.
I completely agree. I need to manage my sleep better. I need to make sure that, there's boundaries between desk and bed. That I'm not taking in work in the bed with me. And so that I can get that sleep. But, sometimes when your laptop is staring at you, it seems like it's talking to you like, come get me. But I have to make sure we tune that out and get the proper sleep. I certainly do not get that up to 9 hours of sleep that they said that you're supposed to get. Sometimes I'm going to bed at 1:00 in the morning. Sometimes I'm and then, or 1:30, 2:00. Sometimes I'm like, oh, that's the time already. Yes. So we definitely need to don't forget those remedies that we talked about as well. The natural remedies, the natural remedies, as I stress.
Okay. The eucalyptus, I got you.
That's what I'm talking about. The melatonin and all that stuff, or whatever. The natural things that can help, and some vitamins and exercise. Healthy ways to cope with our stress and all that stuff. Exercising can do well. I know it's cold outside, so you can't probably really walk or anything like that, but that can be another thing as well that you can incorporate in there. Some deep breathing. Taking time to just take care of yourself. And as we say, take care of yourself. Guess what's this weekend?
Self-love day.
Love yourself.
Happy
Okay.
Valentine's Day too.
Valentine's Day.
Love yourself first.
And for the people out there who can't tell, we are wearing red and pink and, to go with our Valentine's Day. We got our little love things going on and all that stuff. So we want you to have a safe and happy weekend and enjoy your Valentine's Day with your loved ones. Kids need love too, guys. Buy some candies for them and stuff. Kids need love too, okay?
I hope you're watching, Dad.
Just call them out. And that's
We got Kisney love, yes. So thank you so much. Thank you so much to my wonderful co-hosts, Jasmine and Sarah. And a special thanks to all watching us. We hope to see you again. We stream every Friday at 4 p.m. EST. You can find us on the All About Presentation YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn page. We're all there. Okay. And if you can't make it, then no worries, because we repost our episodes on our YouTube channel and onto IGTV videos on our Instagram page. Happy Friday and have a good weekend, y'all.
Bye.
We love y'all.